What's going down, everybody? It's your boy Launchpad 1412, bringing you some more Madden 13 gameplay. And today I'm going up against a subscriber. Yes, this is another subscriber match. I'm going up against the Thrill 25. Cool name. When I seen him pop on my screen, he been asking me to play him for a while, but I haven't got a chance to because I've been doing so many other things. And today I finally got the chance to play him, which is pretty cool. I like the name, the Thrill 25. Cool name. But I don't get to talk about my subscribers' names a lot. I think a lot of them are pretty cool. I think it's interesting to see what people come up with when they decide to put their names on Xbox tags and PS3 tags. And I like the Thrill 25. It's one of my favorite nicknames. Well, not nicknames. One of my favorite subscriber names that I have on here. But right here, he's getting the party started early. One cut and he passes everybody on the special team defense and gets a touchdown right here. The first score of the game, making it 7-0. And right here, I try to duplicate that. I try to see if I can get him back, but it doesn't happen. Doesn't happen right there. But right here, I actually get a nice solid run after one cut right here, and I'm off to the races myself. Trying to get that first score in the game. Camardi getting close to catching me. He caught me, but couldn't bring me down, and end up tying the game 7-7. So we have a little bit of action here early. We have a solid game right here. My opponent gets the ball back. I'm trying to get up the field, trying to find some way to get the score. One thing I noticed he liked to do was a lot of he liked to run the ball with 3 wide receivers a lot. He liked to do drag routes, and he liked to do halfback draws a lot. But right there, actually ended up getting a pick right there with Jonathan Joseph, one of the best cornerbacks in the game, on that drag play. And now I have a chance to come down and make the first points of the game after the tie. Right there on third down, I get to Andre Johnson, making it 4th and 2. Ended up going for the field goal. I thought my man Graham had enough leg on that, but he actually didn't. So I ended up having to turn over on down. And he gets the ball back and he gets a chance to score. This was pretty big. The game was tied, and it's like this. You always want to try to find it. You always want to get that first score. Still first quarter. He has a chance to make some noise happen. And my opponent was pretty good. Much respect. Much love. You know what I mean? And I noticed some things that he liked to do, like late. But think of it as like when I'm playing somebody, it's hard for me to tell what they're gonna do, whether it's a subscriber or online reg player. You never seen them play. Some people are pretty typical, but this guy wasn't. He didn't do anything a lot. Right there, he gets a touchdown right there with the tight end. Brilliant play, excellent play on his part. I kind of wish I'd have reminded that twice. I actually meant to do that, but I forgot. But that was a brilliant play on his part. That puts him up 14-7 right there. Get the screenplay with Arian Foster. Arian Foster had a big game, 100 yards on the ground. I think he had about 60, 70 yards receiving, something like that, something crazy like that. He had a real good game. I'm coming down the field. I'm trying to figure some way to tie this game up. Right there, get to play to Andre Johnson. I actually didn't mean to pass it to him on that play, believe it or not. But right there, I get Walter again. He was forcing me to throw that last drag route because he was blitzing so much. And I had to throw that pass there because it was the only thing open. But right there, he gets the pick right there. And that was my fault on the pick. I seen him there, but usually Matt Schaub is able to squeeze that in before the defender can jump the route. That didn't happen that time, and I ended up making a crucial mistake. And he has the ball right here, up 14-7, and he has a chance to make it 21-7 or 17-7. This is big going into the second half. He could be up 2 scores before the half. This is what you want when you're playing Madden and you're playing against an opponent. This is exactly what you want. This is exactly what he might get. Right here, he drops back. Those nice pass right there to Sean McCoy. Sean McCoy, he was killing me on the ground and the passing. He had a big game himself, man. He was causing a lot of havoc. Right here, toss play to the left. He gets in and makes a score 21-7. Great play on my opponent's part. He goes up 2 scores. Right here, I get a nice solid run. And that's a minute and some change going into the half. Before the second half starts, and I got to try to come down here and make some type of miracle happen. I want to get either a field goal or a touchdown, preferably a touchdown, of course, but I'll take the field goal right now. I get the ball at half, and I'm down 2 touchdowns, so I want to get some type of score. Right there, Andre Johnson drops a pass, that was much needed. That was a smart drop on Andre Johnson's part because it actually stopped the clock for me. Right here, I'm trying to come down the field. I try to get the play on the middle that almost got picked off, that actually should have got picked off. But luckily, I got lucky right there and it didn't happen. Right here, I took a chance and threw a nice deep pass at Owen Daniels. Called the timeout with 1 second left to go in the second half. Ended up getting a field goal. That was a much-needed field goal. I was very happy to get that. I'm always trying to win. I don't ever play a game. Even if I'm getting blown out, I don't play a game that I'm not trying to win. I'm going to tell you that right now. That was a much-needed point. I was very happy to get that, especially after throwing that pick. But right here, I was also happy to get this. Actually got him back. Got a little payback right there. Ran back a kickoff return of my own, making it 17-21. Now I'm in the game. Now I'm in the party, in the middle of the party, and I'm doing a little bit of dancing. Yeah, but my opponent gets the ball back right here, and he was pretty difficult to stop at times. He didn't make a lot of mistakes. He made a lot of solid decision making. Now, shout out to him on that because with the exception of that interception, I don't think he really made many mistakes. That was another play right there. Like that was the actual play right there. I think that was a tight end screen right there. You don't see a lot of tight end screens. That was actually the play that I liked right there. I think I said it was the other one, but that was the one I really favored. But he didn't make a lot of mistakes. A lot of times I wasn't really looking for him to throw deep, but he kind of threw to whatever was open. When you have Michael Vick, and you play smart, you have chances, you have time to get yourself open if you run out the pocket intelligently. He did that pretty good. Nothing he did was deliberate, and shout out to him for that. Right here, he gets a score right here, making it 28-17, making it a little more difficult for me to come back. But you guys know I'm gonna try anyway. Fourth quarter right here. It actually is third down going into the third quarter going into the fourth quarter, and he took a long time on that drive. That drive that he just did actually had a lot of plays, but right here I'm trying to come back. I get the screen right there. Luckily, get the screen right there. That almost got picked off. I'm trying to find some way to come down the field. Trying to find some way to get a score. I need this score. I need 2 scores right here to win this game. I'm doing whatever it takes to come down the field. Right there on the third down, I get the pass to the second tight end on the Texans. Just trying to find some way, to get in there, to do whatever I can. I think that was my first halfback draw of the game right there. Getting closer. Right here, I get a nice play to the tight end for the touchdown, making it 23-28. I go for the 2 right here, but it ends up getting picked off by Roger Cromartie. Great play on his part. And now I got to play some D. I didn't go for the onside kick because I had 2 timeouts and I had the 2-minute warning as a timeout. I wanted to try to stop him. Second down right here. He throws a little pass to the tight. Actually, I was the fullback right there, and I end up getting a stop. Third down right here, big play. This is the biggest play of the game. And right there, he gets it right down the middle in traffic over so many people, and he gets that. That catch. That was a big catch by LaShawn McCoy, and that pretty much ended the game. He did a couple runs right here, just to get the first down, and that was the game. He gets in the victory formation right here, and the game's over. Shout out to my opponent for playing a brilliant match. He put up a great fight and ended up defeating me. The score was 28-23. Shout out to the Thrill, cool name, love the name. I'm glad that I was able to put this on YouTube because he really wanted to see himself on YouTube. So that's cool. That's cool for me. If that's something I could do to make y'all's day, that's what's up. I really don't mind. I try to play as many. I actually played a whole lot of subscribers. And there's a lot of the games had problems rendering because like the other day I blew a subscriber out, but I wasn't gonna put that on there. But I wanted to see that the rendering was right, just to make sure my software was okay, my downloading software was okay, and it had problems rendering. It's a little wild, but but shout out to my subscribers. Shout out to the Thrill 25. This is your boy Launchpad 1412, and I'm signing out. Peace.